Well, they called him Captain Comeback in his playing days, and look who's come back to the NFL. Jim Harbaugh has returned. Khakis have entered the chat. Well, first of all, as someone who covered Jim Harbaugh when he was with San Francisco, Los Angeles sports just got more interesting, for sure. All of a sudden, the Chargers' relevancy probably has taken a significant step forward in Los Angeles. Jim Harbaugh attracts media wherever he goes. He attracts controversy. He wears himself thin after a while. And clearly, he's not wearing himself out in Ann Arbor after delivering a national championship, but he's wearing himself thin with the NCAA, and maybe that's a reason why he's going back to where no one's looking over his shoulder, how much control Jim Harbaugh has. Again, I haven't even looked at the particulars. Just seeing Jim Harbaugh comes back to the NFL makes me sit down to say, hey, how about that? It really is something else. And look, I don't care about the particulars and all the details right now. The only thing I can say is this, is Jim Harbaugh's a winning football coach. He might not have won at the highest level, but he went back to Michigan to deliver a national championship. And even though it doesn't come controversy-free, there's no doubt he was a good thing for not just Michigan football, but for the Big Ten as well. I'm wondering if they're actually dancing in the streets in Columbus, Ohio, because Jim Harbaugh had a little Buckeyes ownership going on. So good news, Buckeye fans. And I don't know, is it going to be instantly bad news for the AFC West? Maybe, because Harbaugh knows how to take a team that is here and bring them to here. It's kind of what Jim does. He makes what you got better. He makes what you got more disciplined. He makes what you got tougher. And he and Justin Herbert could have a really, really, really nice simpatico relationship as long as he's not constantly under the nerves of Justin Herbert. I think Harbaugh is smart enough to know that maybe a little bit of the intimidator that prowled the sidelines at Michigan, it's not going to work this time around in the NFL. I think he knows that. I think Harbaugh is smart enough to know that you're not going to be, he knows what it takes to win in the NFL. And I think he knows a whole bunch more than his first go around in the NFL as a head coach, because you're always better the second time around, right? You know more, you've got more experience. He knows what he's done wrong at the professional level, and he's certainly known what he's done right just about everywhere else. Harbaugh's a winner. It's a very, very interesting move. If you're the Chargers, why not? That's a great move if you're the Chargers. The NFL just got more interesting. Didn't think that was possible, but it did. And what remains in Ann Arbor, who knows? That's a juicy job. Look, it's something else to see that Jim Harbaugh is back in football. Kind of knew that he was going to be coming back to the NFL, not just because he had a mission accomplished in Ann Arbor, but because you could hear the way that he was sort of lobbing hand grenades at the NCAA and the concepts of amateurism, and these kids need some revenue sharing. Look, I think he really believes that in his heart, but Jim also is a vindictive kind of guy, and I don't think he's very happy at all with the way the NCAA came down on him here in this year that ends up in a championship, even though he was suspended for the majority, or maybe not the majority, it felt like half of the games that Michigan played. Los Angeles Charger head coach Jim Harbaugh. Captain Comeback's back. Game on. I like it. Those tickets at Levi Stadium for Harbaugh's first game back there, whenever that comes up on the schedule, there's not a lot of fans are going to sell those. Sports don't build character. They reveal it. A big character has come back to the NFL.